Master Dutchy
Yeah,
Beats.
also, maybe just double check. I've got enough fucking hard drive space.
Do you not record it to the cloud?
Nah, don't trust it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we're good. We got
Yeah, you
six.
got every right not to trust it, really, to be honest.
We got 7 gigs. We are not doing 7 gigs of talking today.
No.
I guarantee you that shit.
We're gonna skate in on under 500 meg.
Yeah.
Oh, continue. Yeah.
We're gonna do like was it one time I had to shoot a video for I had to edit a video for Terry, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, can you edit a video for me? Like, yeah, cool, man. Just send me the footage. So he sends me like 4 gigs, yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, that's one clip. Where's the rest? That's the whole. He said the whole video was 4 gigs of footage, and I had to make it into a video.
What do you film it on?
It was filmed all right, man. It's filmed. I think it was filmed on like a Canon or whatever they were using back in the day. Like it was filmed on a good camera, but it was literally like 2 performance shots and some like random footage of him driving through the hills of like some Eastern European country, or like I don't know, either it was Spain or I don't know, Portugal or somewhere. I was like, all right, cool. But it was sick.
Let's stretch this out.
It was a sick track as well. It was a sick tracks, but like
how many different kind of effects can I do to make this to repeat this footage?
Yeah, nah, man. But happy belated birthday.
Yeah, you cunt. You didn't even fucking message me.
I did donate to the fucking thing though.
Oh yeah, fair enough. That'll do.
That's like the day after when I realised I was like, oh shit.
No fucking message me. I didn't get a birthday card. No fucking coffee cake. I had to go and buy my own coffee cake from fucking Marks and Spencer's.
See, that's a fucking travesty, man.
It is, yeah. Mind you, birthdays actually mean very, very little to me. Like, I don't really give 2 shits about them. I was just happy to have a day off so I could clean the flat, to be honest. Like, I was talking to my mate Millie, and she goes, "Oh, what'd you do today? Did you go out did you go out and get drunk now? The pubs are open and stuff like that." And I was like, "Nah, I got." Like I did a lesson in the morning. I made sure that it was a home lesson, so I could do it online. And then I tidied up my flat because I just haven't had the chance to tidy up my flat, like going up and down and whatever, and going back and forward to work. Yeah. And then I got a takeaway, and I was in bed by about 11:30.
Nice.
She was pissing herself laughing, going, the amount your life has changed over like the last 10 years is absolutely nuts.
I've never been like a birthday person. Like I don't know. Even when I was young, like everyone has these stories they remember when they were 18 and shit. I think the last birthday I remember, I think I was about 6. Like,
yeah.
After that, I was over it. But actually, by the time this podcast comes out, it will be I'll be 40. So
yeah. It's what day's your birthday? It's the
first of July.
1st of July. Yeah. Couldn't remember if it was the 1st or the 2nd.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'll make sure I don't fucking send you a message either. Then you
I
can't.
don't give 2. I'll give 2 shits.
Yeah, I remember like
my birthday tomorrow.
Yeah.
Is it? Fucking hell, we're all in the same
Cancer,
fortnight, basically.
I ain't messaging you either, AC. This is your happy birthday. It's your happy birthday message.
Oh, say.
Now, AC messaged me. He was like 3 days late, but he definitely messaged me.
Nah, because this is the thing. If I'm a day late, then I'm just like, I'm a day late, innit? Like,
you put happy belated.
I'll catch you next year, innit? Like, but you know what? What's really weird, actually? So Terry's one of the, like, for some reason, you're not in my diary either, which is a weird thing. Like, normally, like, birthdays are normally in my diary, but I think because I changed computer, but it's in the cloud, isn't it? See, that's why I don't trust the cloud. The cloud fucked you, Terry.
Yeah.
Normally, I should get an alarm.
It's fucked me this, my calendar has fucked me like 3 times this week.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how I've managed it, but I've got like 3 different on the rise calendars across all my different like machines, and not all of them show up. So I put something in on my phone. It's not showing up on my laptop, so I'm booking shit over the top of each other. So all I've had to do this week is go around and like, I don't know why it's this week as well. Like I've had to make excuses to people and tell them that I'm a bit of a fucking idiot and rebook their lessons and all that kind of stuff. It's so annoying. So fucking annoying.
I get that with work, man, because using 3 different fucking Macs, the same thing, innit? Like,
yeah.
For some reason, not all of it, they don't all give me alarms. So I'll be like just chilling then I'll get a message like, "Are you on your way?" I'm like, "On my way to where?" Like,
yeah. I'm on my way to a nap. Yeah, what's going on?
It's like, yeah, you're supposed to be in fucking Harrow like 20 minutes ago. Oh fuck! I'm in McDonald's drive-through in Rayners Lane. Like, that's
you been to Wendy's yet?
Nah, wait, Wendy's
They're
open
flipping
up.
Reading. Yeah, Reading, it's open, man. We should go on a road trip.
To Reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to Reading to go to a fucking fast food restaurant where I can't eat anything.
There's got to be some vegans thing there.
Oh, they'll have some fucking spicy bean burger that will be exactly the same as every other spicy bean burger.
There you go.
Yeah,
who lives in Reading? Who lives in Dead Man Walking, innit? We should go see him.
Oh, yeah.
And who was the other beatmaker who lived there as well? Ill Thought Process, but he changed his name now, innit? What's he called now? Called something else now, innit?
Not sure.
I can't
remember that.
Yeah, he was.
Where did you come? Were you with
healthy thinking regimes? He's gone completely the other way round.
Changed it, man. That's how you got to do in fucking 2021. Got to switch it up, man.
Yeah, I forgot Tony lives in Reading. Have you spoken to him recently?
No. Once a month, I'll get like a random message, basically him telling me that to tell Pastor Dutch he's a cunt.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you see, or it'll be like, bruv, fucking love you, man. I'm not drunk either. Yeah, I just fucking love you. I relax, say, brother.
Tell Pastor Dutch he's a cunt. That is just a joke that will never get old.
Is he still making beats? Is Dead Man Walking still making beats?
I don't think so. I think he's
he should carry on, man.
Yeah, he was great. Man. He was really good. I liked his beats.
Man. Sick producer. Yeah, man. Speaking of sick production, did you hear that Peter Rosenberg album?
Yeah, love it.
No,
fucking cold as fuck.
Yeah, really nice. He hasn't done any of the beats on it or anything like
that.
No. Yeah. Like that opening tune, that late night tune with that. What's the name of the girl on there? I followed her on something Velvet, innit?
Yeah, something like that.
Velda something. Yeah, that is sick.
Velda Wonder.
Yeah, Velda Wonder. That's it. That's a fucking banger.
Yeah, and even I'm not like a Homeboy Sandman fan, but then only because I've never really given him the time of day. But after hearing that track, I was like, oh shit, this guy's cold.
Yeah. No, yeah. There's a couple of Homeboy Sandman tunes that I kind of like, but it's a bit too like kind of original b-boy kind of stuff for me. A little bit too much. Like I like a little bit more edge to it, but that's a wicked. He's a good rapper as well, man.
Yeah,
Homeboy Sandman.
It definitely didn't fit on the album, but it was kind of like it was still cool the way they put it at the end, and it was just like, nah, you know what I mean, to give it a little bit of variety, whatever.
I like the little like kind of bit they did before it, where to like kind of explain that he's a bit of an oddball. Like in what other can you see another scenario where you're just
that's the end?
Oh, that's the end of it.
Yeah, the outro album. He's like, this one. And I was like, that's sick. That's what made me. I think like with rappers, I guess to me, personality is really important. Like, yeah, the music's cool, but I think music isn't really the main part of being a rapper.
No,
like personality and story.
It's kind of all wrapped up into one, though, isn't it? Like if you've got no personality, or if you've got shit personality, or whatever, eventually that will come out in your music.
Yeah.
Like if you're a rapper and you're kind of faking being an interesting person or being something, being like that, there's only so long you can do that for before you run out of material because you're faking it.
Like Common.
Nah, Common ain't running out of material.
He's not running out of material, but he's just running out of ways to pretend he's not a prick.
I don't think so, man. I think he's happy with how he is. And even if he is a prick, his music is fucking amazing. I fucking hate the fact that his music is so good.
Yeah.
Like that's a sign of a true hater.
Yeah, what I mean is he ran out of ways to like make people think he's not a prick.
He ran out of ways to pretend that he doesn't hate mixed race people.
Yeah.
He would not be watching some of the porn I watch, that's for sure.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Common, he probably wants to put me in an oven, yeah? So he can go fuck himself, innit? He wants to put me in a concentration camp and then oven.
I don't think he's ever actually talked about a Holocaust for mixed race people.
I think you took it.
I think you're going a bit too.
But not at all.
AC is on brand. AC's on brand.
Get me?
I like it. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it.
End of the day, from when he said,
he's on game straight off the bat, and
from when he said he don't like race mixing, that's it. That's it. He's there.
Yeah,
he's there. Hitler didn't like race mixing either.
Your boy, what's your boy though? What's his name? Dr. Umar.
Dr. Umar, yeah, he didn't like race. He don't like race mixing. He's there.
Yeah, but he doesn't say. He's like, I love everybody.
Fuck off.
I want you to stay in your lane. Everyone stay in their lane.
Liar. He's a liar.
What you trying to say? He doesn't like white people, or like
he don't like mixing races, does he? So it doesn't matter who he likes or doesn't like, yeah. But he don't like mixing races, innit?
But do you think he just doesn't like mixing races? Like black
He's a cunt.
people? No, do you think he just?
No, he was like anybody.
Races? Well, anybody at all?
Well, I guess he when he speaks, he only ever speaks from the black perspective. So he's only ever speaking about black people for black people. He's not. He's not interested in what other races are doing.
Fair enough.
His thing is always you lot can look after yourself.
Yeah.
But he's always kind of
Nazi.
Like nah, because I feel like Nazis are more like we hate everybody and we're trying to tear everyone else down.
We're the master race. Yeah,
that's the bit that always bothered me about the white pride. I feel like white pride in itself, if you say you're proud of who you are, there's no problem with that. If you want to talk about let's say you want to use whiteness as like the point of culture, the same way people use blackness as a point of culture, regardless of all the different cultures within that. Say you want to use that as your starting point and you want to say these are the things that we've done and we're proud of, then it's like, all right, cool, no problem. But I think as soon as you start saying that you're superior than another race, and as soon as you're trying to tear down the other race, then it becomes, to me, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, but the thing about white pride is as well, if you're coming from especially like in the UK or wherever in Europe where you're the dominant and there is white supremacy like around every corner, being proud of supremacy is
AC Terry's a vegan and I don't eat pork, so that's very offensive to us.
Yeah.
They're vegan now.
All right, cool.
Are they? Is that a blue one?
Percy Pig. Nah, it's a pink one. It's a pink
one.
They've
had the vegan ones for time though.
Yeah, no, but these are all vegan.
Yeah, I know. They've had them.
No, but they used to just be you could get the vegan ones. Yeah?
Nah, but they switched it up.
Now it's just everything suitable for vegetarians. So it doesn't say vegan.
No, they're vegan ones, man.
This is suitable for vegetarians. It said not suitable for milk allergy sufferers.
I'll see.
So there's milk in it.
Yeah, there's some milk.
I'd be like milk powder in it or something.
The vegan ones are green actually. The vegan ones got green on them.
But they've
green ears.
Can we go back to Terry's PowerPoint?
I can't remember what I was saying.
So you're talking about UK English people.
So white supremacy, white pride, and all that kind of stuff means nothing. Like it means absolutely nothing at all, and it's a point. Oh, I mean, we all know what white pride and white supremacy is, but the thing about like saying about black pride, right? Black pride isn't oppressive to anybody else. It's more so a reaction to white supremacy. It's a reaction to white supremacy.
Yeah. See, I get that, but I feel like in this, I see more and more of it being of things being said that if I reversed it, I'd be like, yeah, that's a little bit. That's not.
Yeah, like obviously you're gonna get people who overstep the mark, innit?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. That's what you got to watch out for because they're the little Hitlers. They're the little Hitlers.
But they're also the loudest ones.
Yeah, and if they ever got in control, there'll be a lot of dead people. So that's that you got to watch out for them, innit? Because
I don't think they even want to be in control. I don't think any of these people even want to be in control. I think with extreme views like that, most of them are just grifters looking for social numbers and money and support and stuff. I don't think any supremacist would have an idea what they would do if they were actually in control of anything.
I'd completely disagree with that.
Like Joker in the Dark Knight when he says,
I say they want to be in control, man. Like Joker was just an anarchist, though, isn't it?
He was like, I wouldn't know what to do if I'm like a dog barking up the tree. Yeah, I wouldn't know what to do if I.
But that's not what people like the BNP and Umar Johnson. Like, imagine if Umar Johnson got in power, he'd have like things he'd want to do.
But what power is he looking for?
He's only.
No, I'm just saying if
he's
did,
looking
like,
for reparations. He's looking for
reparations. I agree with.
Yeah.
I guess the education system changing.
Yeah.
The prison system changing. Like none of this. Like I guess the stuff that most people who would claim to be pro-black would look for.
But also that's like pro-humanist as well, right? That like all of that kind of stuff is just stuff that should be happening.
Yeah, but thing is with him, he takes it to that next bit. He takes it to the nationalistic thing, and for me, like nationalism is the slippery slope. We've already started down the slippery slope, innit?
So is he looking for like kind of is he looking to start a black nation then? Like, is he looking?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Think so, man. He's been trying to start money to make a school or some shit.
Yeah, he got a lot of money and he's never built anything. So he's just like a grifter, innit? Rinsing people out.
That's the thing. It's the grifter style, right? So
yeah.
So yes, the BNP, right? The BNP look for power in this country because they've actually got a power base of a country of fucking racists, and it could actually happen. And I'm sure that, like, if the BNP were to ever get in power, and it's not unthinkable that they could.
One could argue that the BNP are in power?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, pretty much.
Because if you think about what the BNP were trying to enforce, a lot of stuff they were trying to enforce, the Tory party are doing it.
I think when
they ain't done it to the level though. Like if the BNP got him,
AC, you remember what you told me? You told me
slow
progression.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But if the BNP were there, then we'd be getting deported or murdered.
Not that bit.
Do you know what I'm saying? So
who's gonna
be getting deported or murdered like ASAP?
Listen.
Yeah, I think that when the BNP became like more of a when they became more of a legitimate, like, kind of political party instead of just like a fucking street gang.
The National Front, innit, when they changed.
Yeah, when they changed to the BNP. I think that a lot of their policies were actually modelled off the Tories anyway. Like it's not like kind of 100 miles different. I mean, they've all basically got the same fucking policies anyway. It's just the Tories are a little bit more centre about most of the stuff, like their immigration stuff and so on and so forth. But yeah, it's not.
The BNP actually stole a lot of policies from Labour as well.
Yeah, I'm sure
they were like, we're standing up for the workers, British workers, and so they stole a lot of policies from them to mix it up with all of their fascist shit as well.
That's how you gotta do it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the beginning of the working classes, like, kind of switching over to like this more right wing kind of view. I mean, Brexit and the BNP and all that kind of stuff. A lot of those policies were making like a lot of working class people think, actually, I don't want immigrants here anymore, and blah blah blah.
Well, I guess it all comes down to, like, see, I always want to have like conversations with people who I don't agree with, and just kind of ask the question, like, what is it that you actually want? Like, really, what do you actually want? And how do you think realistically that can be achieved? Like, really, what are you after? Because there's a lot of things that they're after that are just never going to happen. A lot of stuff that they fight for, that's just like, it's not really going to happen. And I guess they keep being surprised because, again, like I keep saying, progress happens, and it happens on stuff that's tangible. So if you can say, I don't know, Macpherson report, the Met is institutionally racist. So you've got that in black and white now. So what's going to happen is we're going to step in and put, even if it's lip service, even if it's box ticking, we're going to step in and try and put things in place to make things happen. That didn't come just from people claiming that there's racism. That came from people following up on it and showing it in black and white. No, these are the things that are happening, and it's almost undeniable. Whereas a lot of the stuff that a lot of the right wingers claim, it's not undeniable. It's a lot of hearsay, it's a lot of rumors, and it's not really based on anything.
No, so, a lot of it's anecdotal. Like, so much of it is anecdotal and like kind of, and just really like ambiguous. Like, they just kind of pays into people's general like kind of fears and prejudices more than anything else. That's why you get like these fucking these memes that knock around on This Is England's Facebook page about like kind of national conscription and like what's the name of the soldier that got killed?
Lee Rigby.
Lee Rigby, and stuff like that. Just stuff that they know will chime with a certain kind of demographic of people. Yeah, national subscribe. Like it's funny. Like I am. You're right, AC. Did
AC, if you're gonna die, can you turn your mic off, please? Thank you.
Yeah, Pepper the Pig go down the wrong way.
Nah, the other thing that one of the hobnobs can feel like an oat. There's an oat there, man.
Did you yam a hobnob sideways?
So
Just went. Just went
What'd you
straight
say?
down.
What'd you say, Jay? What'd you say?
I said, I hope you chokes or eating on my fucking podcast.
Bruv, I'm sacrificing my life here, man.
That's true. That's true. You actually did just finish work and come straight in. So, but actually, no, fuck you. I did the same thing.
Yeah, so did I. Like doing every podcast.
Fuck off. Yeah.
Yeah, but you lot are better managed. Your time management's better, innit?
I was really not. I don't know who
saying?
you heard that from,
Look,
but
brother,
it's
like
fucking...
end of the day, like brother Umar, yeah, he likes you lot because you lot are one race, so you got your time management sorted. Me, he'd say I'm confused. Like the whole mixed race confused thing comes from Umar.
I think the whole mixed race confused thing comes from you.
Yeah.
This is like the second
No,
or
it's
third
from
time you
Umar,
talked about
man.
it.
That's what
I've
I'm
literally
saying.
never
It's
heard
Umar.
it anywhere before.
What's Umar Johnson? He
Umar
says mixed race people are confused. Do you know what I mean? They'll get everything. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they won't eat their dinner on time before the podcast.
See, this is the thing, yeah. I feel like part of the problem is, yeah, when we talk about race, we talk about it in such broad strokes, yeah, and we kind of have this idea that everybody sees themselves first and foremost as their race or culture, rather than
which is dumb.
Yeah, rather than as an individual.
For real.
And like when you might be proud of you, like I'm a proud black person.
Yeah.
Being black is part of my makeup and part of my ID, how I see myself, yeah. But when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I don't think, oh, I'm black. Like the Stars P song doesn't come on, I'm black. Like, there's so many other thoughts that come on.
Well, the CB4 track, innit?
I was going to say, your alarm in the morning is I'm black, yo. And I'm bliggity black,
Like, that's not even there's so many things that come before that. And I feel that idea that everyone sees himself in this way is
fat, funny, grey hair.
Like wave, that's funny in that order. Like I look in the mirror, I'm like, you fat cunt.
You fat cunt. It's all right, pretty funny though. The hair's pretty
look
decent.
at your grey hair.
You ain't fat. I don't know what you're talking about, man. How the fuck are you fat?
Fat is not an insult. I have body fat. It's cool.
Yeah, but you ain't even big, man.
It's cool, man. It's cool. You know what I mean? So I do. I carry.
See me though, like I always think about like see, I'm not proud of anything to do with where I was born or nothing. That's all just an accident. Yeah, I didn't ask to be born. I didn't ask to be what I am. Do you know what I mean? So, do you know what I mean? We
it's
all
an
just
accident, but I'm fucking proud of that shit. Like I swear to God, yeah. Like, when
I
I was young, yeah. I'm talking like from like 10, 11 years old.
Yeah.
When like I was like, oh shit, like Big Daddy Kane, LL Cool J, the Ice Cube, the coolest motherfuckers in the world are fucking, to me, they're black men. I'm like, oh shit, I'm a black man. Like, woohoo. Like, and then even just being like, I had this conversation with my dad the other day. Like, even being from Brixton was like, as a, I'm talking like 6, 7 years old, being like, yo, we're from Brixton, baby. Like, it was a big deal. All the things I've always had in my life, I've always been that nothing to do with me, but I've always been fucking super happy. I remember thinking one time, again, I was really young, and I think I was like looking at my sister or something. I was just like, damn, man, if I had been born a girl, I'd be so fucking upset right now, man. Like, I'm so happy to be who I am.
See. Yeah, me, like if I'd chosen, I wouldn't be this. I'd be something completely different. So that's what I'm saying. We're not
going over that. What would you be, AC?
You can't just leave that there.
I don't know, but there's
AC be a Ghanaian woman.
There's something basically. Yeah, there's
Ghanaian woman.
There's a different like
an old Korean man.
Like no, there's all like philosophies in it of like you should only be proud of the thing you've actually achieved. Do you know what I mean? Rather than just some bullshit that you didn't actually ask for.
Okay. See, I get that as well, yeah. And this is why another thing, yeah. why.
But
I'm
my
always
philosophy helps you as well in life, because if someone criticizes you on the way you look, you could be like, well, did I fucking ask to be born? Shut the fuck up. You get me? And then that's their argument is dead.
Your
Like, why are you
approach to
blaming
life-
me? Why are you blaming me? Blame God, innit? The
Your
fuck?
approach to life does actually work in quite like this. Sometimes it's a bit too extreme, but that actually makes like loads of sense. That actually makes loads of sense. I mean, for me, like I'm not proud to be white. It's never been a point of pride for me ever to be white, like because it's never been an obstacle to me. It's never even been a factor in my life. Like I think with the like kind of awakening and the changing that's been happening over the last few years, I think a lot of white people are having to think about their own race for the first time in their entire lives. Like I've never had to think about being a white person. I mean, I had done to a certain extent through being a hip hop kid all my life, but like but I would never take pride in that. But at the same time, I'll never be ashamed of that either. I'll never be ashamed of something that I didn't really have any control over. And and I'd never be ashamed of like kind of where I come from or whatever.
That's like in my school, there was this kid who was really rich. Yeah? He was really rich, right?
We need
One
to
of the
do a show.
hippies.
We need to do a cartoon called AC School and just
AC
all the
School,
characters,
yes.
man.
No, but there was like people used to take the piss out of him because he's rich, and they're like, "You fucking rich cunt," and he was like, "I didn't ask to be rich. I just got born into this
imagine
family."
him coming in a top hat and like a cane and like a stopwatch and a monocle and like a pocket watch and stuff like that.
So, no, but he kind of fucked up, yeah. He kind of fucked up because when he came into school, when he first came in, he was calling everyone peasants, yeah. So he got a lot of beatings,
really,
So he got beaten up a lot, right? But then afterwards, he was like, "I can't help it that I'm rich, innit? I can't help it.
Nah,
my parents are rich, innit? I didn't ask for this."
But you can help it not calling people fucking peasants.
Yeah.
You asked for it. You can't be calling people. You know what? If you just humbled yourself and came in and was like, "Yeah, man, I got this," but it is what it is. You come in and calling people peasants. Nah, you deserve to be rubbed.
If you came in and bought it like just on the first day, just bought one of those big tubs of like I don't know Haribo or Chupa Chubs or whatever. Yeah. I'm going, look, I'm rich, deal with it, and sort them out.
I've got you, blood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's true. Cool.
Because we're in primary school as well, so it would have been,
primary school.
The rich kid in my school, the rich kid in my class, there was a lot of rich kids in my school, to be fair, but one of the rich kids in my class, he was just like the humble guy, man. He just worked super hard. I remember he was like, "Oh, do you want to come around to my house like for dinner or to play or whatever?"
Yeah.
All right, cool, man. I like, bear in mind, I ain't come from like, you know what I mean? I ain't broke. My house is pretty nice, 4 bedrooms and thing. I went to his house. I was like, what the fuck is going on there, man?
Yeah.
I was like, that's the first time I was like, oh shit, am I poor? Oh, okay. That's cool. Like, because his house, man, I went in and it was like it was like open plan. You could look up and see like the top floor. There was rooms everywhere. Like I remember we had to write down. I don't know why they did this actually in school. They were like, write down how many rooms you have in your house.
That's a piss take.
Yeah, for real.
They'd never do that nowadays.
Nah, you could. I don't think you get away with that shit. So I think everybody's was like, what was mine? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 rooms, right? So everyone's writing like 7, 6, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He must have wrote down like 15. And we're like, wait, what?
And little Johnny in the corner, and he's like kind of cut off pants, and he's fucking shit and holds it and just goes, one bedroom cat.
Car.
Wheelie bin.
But that's the thing, is that it's funny because like even like the poor kids in my school were kind of, even though I guess they lived in council houses, but their council houses were like the same size as my house.
Yeah.
And it's funny as well because you could tell who was how wealthy you were by which direction you walked home in. So like all the poor kids would go the back way because they lived in an estate behind the school. Then like the middle class would kind of go towards the way I went, and then all the rich kids would go the other way up New Bedford Road, Old Bedford Road, like. Yeah, oh Terry, you're Luton, man. So Runfold Estate. So the Runfold was like all the poor kids were in Runfold. Which Runfold probably now is probably I probably can't afford to live there.
No,
but those are the.
It's mad. I didn't even have a concept of, not until like kind of halfway through secondary school, if someone had money or someone didn't.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, because like in my junior school, we lived in a council house, and then my dad like kind of got all right with the business, and then we bought the house. Like, so it's never like my nan still, until the day she died, still lived in a council house. My auntie still lives in a council house. Like so we're from, like, the family, that side of the family is from South Oxley, but my dad bought a house in Carpenter's Park, and boom, but that's where we live. So I went to
Good
school
side
in
of the
South,
tracks.
yeah. So I was in South Oxley all the time. It was my home. Like it, and my school was there. My nan lived there. My granddad lived there. My auntie lived there. Like, both my aunties lived there. So I didn't see. And loads of people used to come around my house. For my best friend Darren lived there as well. So like, I didn't see really, and I'm not trying to be fucking utopian about it, but I didn't see wealth or not wealth in anybody, because probably the poorest kids in in the school, and we know that because they used to, like, kind of I don't know how, like, it must have been absolutely mortifying for her, but like, they used to have collections for her at the church and stuff like that, the mum. But he lived next door to my auntie, like literally in the same flats above the shops. You know where the old
Terry's mate Luke used to live there.
Yeah, where the where Blockbusters used to be in South Oxley. They both lived above there in those flats. So like, it wasn't until like probably senior school that I started to think, fuck, my family's probably got some more money than that family, or we haven't got as much money as that family, or whatever. Like, it's weird. I don't remember thinking about wealth or money or anything like that until I still think that way nowadays, to be honest. But like, I just didn't think about it.
So I grew up thinking I was poor. So living in Brixton, 8 of us, 2-bedroom flat, and being like, it wasn't a very, there was a lot of us. So always thinking that, you know what I mean, we couldn't afford a lot of stuff. Then even moving to Luton, there were times where, you know what I mean, no electricity for a couple of days, or no, the gas would run out, maybe no food till my dad's check came through or whatever. You'd have to wait a day on a bit. So like, you have to go through that kind of stuff. And when I was growing up, so being like 13, 14, 15, thinking, like, we're quite poor. We're not doing very well. But at the same time, as I'm older and I look back, I'm like, nah, we weren't poor at all. My parents just had fuckloads of kids. And even the position that my parents were in, like, if you have a house, if you have 2 properties, you're not poor. Like, you're not, and that's all I've ever known. That's what my dad's always had. He's always had properties. But like, when I was younger, because we didn't have like the extra stuff, like, my parents were just their money just went to other things. Like, they weren't paying, getting us Jordans or that kind of stuff. Like, money would never go towards that. Money would just go towards the basics and go into what they were trying to do with their lives. Like, I guess they were looking for now. So now I would say my parents are quite well off, but it's because all those years that they kind of sacrificed and saved.
So you're suffering.
Like,
they never eat and never having Jordans or McDonald's.
But then I think to myself, like, I want my kids to, like, my kids are spoiled as fuck, man.
See what my school did, to make sure, you know, like you're saying about they're writing the number of the rooms down, and nowadays they never do that, innit? Yeah. But like, what my school did was make it the rule that everyone has to wear Gola trainers. Yeah.
So your school got picked on rather than like just individuals.
So your school, so you went to a communist school.
Basically, everyone had to wear
communist
Gola.
School full of Nazis. And
that was it. Gola. No, but this is one school I went to. This was when I was at primary school, innit?
Yeah.
So to make sure there was no Nike, Adidas, all these wars over trainers and people getting taken a piss out of, it's all Gola. So I thought that's quite smart, really.
It is, yeah. Well, that's uniform, innit? That's just basic uniform.
Yeah. But they made sure it's cheap as well.
Yeah.
Did they? Commies, mate.
No, but back then in the 80s, it was more like certain schools. There's more like left-wing policies were enacted, innit? Like at my sister's school on sports day, you didn't compete against other people. You competed against yourself.
That's that shit.
Yeah, it was crap. It was crap to watch, innit? But they basically, you ran against your own time and tried to beat your own time in it. You did the high jump trying to beat your own thing. It was very like left wing. It was really left wing.
Nah,
Yeah,
don't put it on the left, man. Don't put it on the left.
No, but that was yeah, because the thing is, the right wing, they're all about like the strong will survive and everyone has to die and blah 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 and all that shit.
I don't think that's left wing. I think that's like massively liberal. That's not really, that's more like kind of hippie-fied liberal, not really left wing. But yeah,
I thought that's what they call the loony left, innit?
No, not really. That's like
they blame everything on the left nowadays.
Yeah, yeah.
So who's the loony left? What's the loony left? You know when they used to say, the loony left? Like they used to say the GLA, you know, the Greater London Assembly, when Ken Livingstone was like running it back in. They said that was loony left or some shit.
Yeah, well, the loony left, I suppose. The left and right and centre and everything's lost all its meaning nowadays. Yeah. Like left back in the day would have been the unions, after Scargill, stuff like that. The loony, that's what I suppose they would call the loony left, is the Scargills and people like that. But because of the unions, because of him shouting all the time, because of shit like that, I don't.
I thought the loony left was the ones who were saying a bit more like more radical, like social stuff, not like to do with wages and things like that, but really like things that they say was a bit crazy or something.
But I think they used to. Do you know what? Like Watford Town Hall, right? Watford Town Hall. They took years ago. They took the Christmas tree down. Like they stopped putting the Christmas tree up at Christmas, and everybody lost their fucking minds over it. I didn't give a shit, to be honest, but like everybody was coming out going so that it wouldn't offend other cultures, basically, because Watford had like a Sikh mayor at the time and all that kind of stuff. And
I don't agree with that, by the way.
No. But he never asked for it. He never asked for it. Like there was never anybody actually on the council that asked for it. No one gave a shit. Like it was something that was enacted by the fucking Tory government. Like it was this mad thing that so as not to cause offence to anybody or whatever. But I honestly think that it was a little bit of like kind of political trolling to like kind of wind up. I
feel like a lot of that is that.
Yeah.
Because half the shit people ask, they do. No one asked for that shit.
Yeah,
I just went to buy my.
The mayor never asked for it. He put it back up again. Like he's a Sikh guy, but he's the mayor of a fucking English town that celebrates Christmas. Why the fuck would he ask for that?
It's like that's mad. I see. I went to buy some rice the other day, and Uncle Ben's is just Ben's, man. I'm like, they got rid of fucking Uncle Ben. Took him off.
Could be anybody's now, couldn't it, Ben?
Yeah,
what? So wait. What? The picture's gone, or just the uncle?
Picture's gone and the uncle.
Oh.
Yeah, they got that motherfucker out of there, man. And I was just like, who gives a?
You know what you need to do then?
What?
There's some small shops, right? They've still got the Uncle Ben's.
No, they still got them in Morrison's, man.
Buy them because they're gonna be worth a lot of money.
You reckon?
Yeah, you got buy the packets.
I might
still have one.
To the EDL.
To anyone like in the future, you could sell them like in 50 years. They'll be worth about.
Nah, do you know what, man? I believe you because I am like I wish I bought Ricicles. I wish I bought them up the last time they sold them. They got rid of Ricicles. All the cereal with sugar. They got rid of Sugar Puffs. Now they're just
What they call puffs?
They can't just be called
puffs.
They're
not called puffs. They're called like wheat something like man.
Imagine going into Tesco's and going, have you got any puffs? And the guy going, no, we don't sell that here. But if you go to flat down there on the left, go and see my mate John.
Ring number 4.
Off to uni.
Ring number 4. Press it 4 times. Ding, ding, ding. And then don't worry, you'll get your puffs, mate.
But it's these Sugar Puffs, they were so sugary, right? When you went to take a piss afterwards, your piss smelt of Sugar Puffs.
It really did, it really smelled Sugar Puffs.
I don't think that wasn't the sugar though.
What was it?
Look at the sugar content. The sugar content wasn't that much
what?
Crazier than
so what was it then? What was making your piss smell of Sugar Puffs?
I'm not a fucking scientist, AC.
We're not scientists. We're not doctors. Right? That's one thing we can say.
It did, yeah. It used to stink of Sugar Puffs.
Yeah.
It's funny. You just reminded me what we used to call them. We used to call them wee wee puffs when we were little.
So so you knew as well.
Yeah, 100%. Everybody knew.
Damn. Some people didn't know, you know. Some people didn't know.
Man.
What, people without noses? Or
people who've never eaten them. Yeah. They're like, what, for real? They're like, wow, that's amazing.
Nah, Sugar Puffs was an elite cereal, man.
Yeah. That was God level cereal for sure.
Frosties and Cocoa
cinnamon
Pops.
Cinnamon squares. They were my shit.
I think
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
getting
they
rid
were
of them as
serious.
well, you know, bro.
Yeah,
What?
they still do them.
They still do them, but I think they're
Really?
getting rid of them. Yeah,
I used
man.
to fucking love them back in the day, man.
But why are they getting rid of them?
They're getting rid of everything. Like it's got too much sugar. So
Just
it's
for the
getting rid of
sugar, innit?
and not because
Can't they
of,
just
like,
tone down
they
the
don't care
sugar
about.
or something?
Yeah, that's what they'll do. They'll come back. They did that with Frosties, and they did it with Cocoa Puffs as well.
Yeah. I tell you what. Anytime I used to go on holiday,
Cocoa Pops, so
what the little what were the little fruit ones? The fruit they're all different colours.
Fruity Pebbles or
Fruity
I don't
Pebbles or
know.
something like that. Those ones. That every time I used to go on holiday to like America or wherever we go.
What, Lucky Charms?
No, it wasn't Lucky
Huh?
Charms. I like Lucky Charms. Well, they were like these. They were all different colours. They're like rainbow colours, and they were like little.
yeah, that's why they're Fruity Pebbles
Yeah, I'm sure
Fruit
they're
Loops.
Pebbles,
or Fruit
yeah.
Loops. Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops.
Loops.
Yeah, it was Fruit
Yeah.
Loops. Yeah, Fruit Loops. I used to fucking love them.
So you can still all the American ones are still there because American they don't give a fuck about the
Yeah.
people.
Fuck,
They're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
eat what the fuck you want, you fucking
Die.
obese cunts. They're trying to kill you anyway. The less people they got, the better. But yeah, America still got their crazy shit. But so I should be.
There's people that actually fucking collect all like the American. See,
Cereal, yeah.
see Bismarck's collection of cereal.
No,
Fucking
is that on
mental.
Instagram?
It might be, yeah. Just look it up on Google or whatever. He's got like, because you know Bismarck's not very well at the moment, but you know Bismarck's got an entire second house for all his collectibles, and a lot of that is his cereal collection.
So does he ever eat it or just keeps it in the
I
box?
don't know.
or
But he must eat it at some point. But I think he just keeps all the classic
Keeps
stuff.
all the boxes.
Yeah.
Does he keep the boxes? He keeps the empty boxes or what? Because otherwise,
don't
wouldn't
know.
it explode?
I doubt it
wouldn't
explodes.
No. If it's airtight bag, it wouldn't blow up, would it?
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so. It probably like with that kind of food though. He's probably got stuff from the 50s that's still fucking edible.
It will last forever. It's covered in sugar. Sugar's a preservative, isn't it? So
Yeah.
So if you want to preserve like a human, do you just cover them with sugar?
Salt.
I don't think sugar would work with a human, but salt
No.
probably would.
Yeah,
Salt, yeah.
would.
Okay. All
Salt
right.
and vinegar.
So
Why,
with
yeah, have you got
mummies,
a body then?
nah, I'm just thinking about, like with the mummies in Egypt, did they put them in sugar? Did they put honey all over them as part of their preservatives or not?
We should really know that answer because I'm sure all of us studied Egyptians at school.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
I
definitely
can't
don't know
They
that,
probably
though.
told us that shit, and we
It
weren't
feels
listening.
like they put salt on them though. That's kind of
yeah.
what it feels like.
Yeah,
Okay.
like 'cause I feel like a mummy's just really like a human jerky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The long pig, innit?
The flat
for
chicken.
fuck's sake.
There's a flipping groups. There's an indie band called the Long Pigs.
Really?
Yeah.
I bet there's an indie band called Absolutely Everything.
Yeah,
I
I was
bet like
literally gonna say that. Just think of anything disgusting as well. They definitely
yeah,
won't.
anything from any kind of show on TV, anything disgusting, anything whatever. There's definitely like a kind of failed, not very successful, but probably had one single out, like indie band knocking around.
I always do that when I go to say I got to this point where trying to find names for albums and songs has got to the point where everything's been taken.
Yeah.
So I've just started just doubling up. But I'll check some obscure shit that I'm like, no, there's no way someone's thought of this, and I'll be like, what the fuck? Someone's.
You could make up a word. You could do like E40 and make up words, innit?
Yeah.
So you could call your album Jibbly Bobbly Billy.
I feel like it'd be harder to find though. Like if it's unless it's a short word.
Yeah, you still got to make it Googleable, ain't you?
Yeah, I just don't think.
You just call your album. Hey, loads of A's. So
So
it's
it'd be
top
first.
Google search.
Yeah, so
man.
it's always at the top of every
yeah,
streaming service.
yeah.
I wish it worked that way. Speaking of streaming services, one thing I've noticed is like the I guess the authenticity of how well your music is doing is like it's so skewed being on Spotify. But like when you look at like Bandcamp where there's no algorithms in play, you can really see like what people actually like,
Yeah.
what people really fuck with. And I've just been like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna use Bandcamp more.
Well, it's the same as radio, isn't it? But Spotify is just radio. Spotify is probably curated in exactly the same way as like Radio 1 playlist used to be, where they're just putting stuff through influence, through record label pressure, whatever, just on the front and at the top of the pages. Like you say, like I've got, you know, you were saying the other week with the Jim Jones album, that Jim Jones album came right to the top of my Tidal. Like it was
Yeah,
right there on the algorithm. It was there, right?
Tidal do that.
Yeah.
Spotify don't.
Spotify don't. And as you say, there's loads of shit. I had to go and find the Evidence album. Like I've got every single one of Evidence's albums saved to my favorites. I had to literally search the Evidence album.
I didn't even know it was on.
Yeah.
It was up. I posted the Peter Rosenberg thing, and then Peter Rosenberg like retweeted it. So
Nice.
people were like hitting me back and like, "Yo, have you checked out the Evidence album?" I'm like, I didn't know it was a fucking Evidence album. Like that's crazy. And
it's
again,
fucking great as well.
That should be sent straight to me. Like
yeah.
You could, and even with like the artists that I follow, I'll get an email saying, yeah, they've dropped something. But half the time it's like a week after. And not only that, who the fuck is checking emails, man? I ain't checking no goddamn emails. Send me like the music that I follow. And I've even stopped following loads of artists on Spotify because I'm like thinking, maybe if I follow less artists, when they pop up, then I'll get the push. Because the last thing I want in this life is to miss the fucking new Drake album, or if the album that Alchemist and L Sweatshirt that's already exist out there that they've hidden on YouTube. If they drop that on Spotify and I don't get that the second it comes out, I'm gonna hit the fucking roof, mate.
Yeah. It's mad. You have to be. I mean, it's mad and it's not mad because this is how we used to find music. But like, I find the majority of my music through podcasts.
Okay.
Like I knew Evidence was dropping an album because he's been dropping. Like I follow him on Instagram or whatever. If I don't see one of his posts or whatever, then I I heard that he'd actually dropped the album on the Crate 808 podcast.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. Like, so they did the interview. I was sitting there listening to the interview thinking, why the fuck am I listening to the interview when I could just go and listen to the album? So yeah, I haven't listened to the full interview yet because I went and checked the album instead. But I suppose that's kind of because you know how you used to find music. I mean, I always used to find music through Number One Radio, like the Source magazine, Hip Hop Connection, Westwood, yeah, radio is a big one. Like Westwood, Source, 279.
I never used to listen to Westwood's show. I listened to it a little bit, and then I got annoyed. I thought he just talked. I just thought he talked too much.
Nah,
and a lot. No, but I don't know. Like back in the like 90s, like up to 96. Then after that, I just thought he was more about him, and he's talked too much. And the same with a lot of DJs, he's talked too much in it. Like when they used to do the talking over the tracks, and they do the talk over thing on the mic. That used to just annoy me, man. Like,
but they kind of had to do that because
I get
you. Do you know the amount of like vinyl that I used to get? There used to be this thing called Crib Underground, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so like super illegal. It's like MP3 downloads off YouTube nowadays, but you used to be able to go and get like kind of compilation 12s. There'd be like 5 tracks on each side, and there'd be radio rips. It sounds terrible. Like there's so many tunes that I've got that I used to play on these 12s. And then when I hear the original, like when I hear like actually what it sounds like when it's not on a piece of shit vinyl off like a shit radio rip, I'm like, I don't actually like that tune that much. That bass line sounds completely different. But like you used to get like Mr. C. Mr. C used to not really talk over the music, but he'd drop his idents over the top all the time. So I've got loads of shit, like kind of unreleased shit and whatever, with just the Mr. C ident going over the top. So that's why they used to do it, so they could rip the tunes. I walked it right. Just as an example, like slightly different to the hip hop thing, but like I walked into a club in Malaga in like 2003 or something like that. And this was the time when like dub plates were like really, really important in like the breakbeat world before like the kind of bootleg era hit and all that kind of stuff. And if you had new music, that's what you were getting booked off of and so on, that no one else had. So we used to play it on our Breaks FM show, me and Jay. And I walked into this club in Malaga and I heard like the tune that I'd literally taken out of the studio the week before. And I was like, who the fuck is playing this? Who did I give this to? I looked up, there's some Spanish kid going, hey, like that, playing my tune. I'm like, where'd he get this from? This sounds fucking shit. And then my voice came over the top of it going, yes, welcome to my show and Breaks. Me and Jay were just looking at each other going, what the fuck? And then bear in mind, this is the days when we used to stream in like 28K KBS or whatever. He'd obviously taken it, stuck it through his door, like done whatever, but like looped the beginning and looped the end. But my voice comes in halfway through. He's like, yeah.
Remix. I think the era of like the DJs really becoming personalities as well forced DJs to speak. Like I wanted to hear Westwood talk. Like I wanted to hear what he had to say about certain things. I think it was kind of like a weird. Bearing in mind at the time, we never knew he was a nonce in it. So like, we just wanted to hear. It was weird to have the biggest, one of the biggest influences in hip hop was from the UK, and so he was a big deal, man.
And I don't think people realise that to this day, that how big a deal like Westwood actually was in that like kind of in that probably 95 to like 99 kind of era, like just how big he was in hip hop, not just in like the UK, but in hip hop.
Like massive, like anyone who you think was big in the game was shouting out Westwood. Like and then the link up with the what are they called? There was like the Big Dogs.
Yeah, the Funkmaster Flex's lot. What are they called? The it's not the Hit Squad. The something squad. The Jam Squad or whatever they're called.
But like Westwood was a part of them.
Yeah,
So they would always get like, obviously he was going back and forth to New York, but he would get all the drops. So you would hear like Big Pun, bigging up Westwood, Cannabis, DMX, and then like even having links to those playing the Funkmaster Flex stuff. Funkmaster Flex would play on the Westwood show. The freestyles and stuff was like,
but Westwood would go and play on the Funkmaster Flex show, so he had like a following in
America as well.
It was mad, like even from like the early 90s when he was on like Capital. You tune into the Capital show, and for the first 5 minutes, it would be whatever rapper is big at the moment, doing drops for him, but also doing like kind of freestyles, exclusive freestyles that
the
he'd
dubs,
play and stuff like that, all the dubs and whatever.
He used to have like bare dubs, man. Like whatever the new single was, I kind of missed that, you know. I missed like the dub era, like man.
It's exciting.
The dub era is still in drum and bass. It's still very, very.
Yeah, no one gives a shit about that.
Active like that. Yeah, they do.
Is it? All right.
Yeah. So if you like that culture, then that's where it still is very active. I don't know.
That was definitely part of the culture. Like, I think they used to be part of a culture in all of these kind of scenes, like just getting exclusives and dubs but I was chatting to one of my students today, and he's an older guy, but he gets like kind of dubs off he's been DJing for a long time, but he's never produced, but he's got a really close like kind of knit like group of friends who are all producers and getting quite big producers as well, and he gets loads of dubs off them. Like all remixes that, I mean, dubs is subjective in whatever scene you're talking about. In like in in that kind of scene, dubs are just tunes that no one else has got, basically. Like edits of tunes and stuff that no one else has got. And he was saying that when he plays them, he gets hit up constantly with people asking if they can have them, and when he says no, they get the arse with him. They're like, well, why can't I have it? You've got it. Why can't I have it?
We don't lend, we don't borrow, man.
No, exactly.
But you see, in drum and bass, it used to be people going to music house and cutting the dubs and everything. When vinyl's gone now, it's basically like what you're saying, isn't it? It's like people who are cool with each other sharing their tunes, and they're all playing, like all the big people are playing the same dubs. So then it can get quite boring if you go to a rave, you're hearing the same dubs throughout the whole fucking night. If it's the same, if it's the same clique of DJs all playing it.
But mate,
then, that's how like the big DJs keep their position, and that's how the small DJs will always be playing old tunes. Do you know what I mean?
It's not how you keep the position, but that's how.
No, but that's how it kind of works, isn't it? But now it's kind of changed, because you've got like the tunes are getting released quicker, the tunes have less shelf life than they used to, and so. You know, it's kind of changed a bit.
It definitely changed because I used to go down to Music House. I've got Music House dubs over there. I used to go down to Music House on a fairly regular basis. What was the other one? I think it was called Planet Dub or something like that. But there was those two, and you see anybody who was big at the time, whether it's in drum and bass or whatever, would be cutting their dubs there, and you'd hear tunes there, and it would be like October 1994 or whatever, and then 2 years later, you'd actually hear those tunes coming out. Like
exactly.
They would rinse those tunes, and I'm not shitting you. Anything between 6 months and 2 years.
Yeah,
and then what would actually go to those raves. Hear those tunes.
Exactly. Yeah. And then what would happen? Was like the small DJ, the up and comers would buy them, and they go, "Oh, finally got this tune." But by then, it's just completely played out. No one wants to hear it.
Yeah. Just an old tune. But that used to happen with just with vinyl cutting, because nowadays you could make a tune, get it mastered, get up within 2 days on Spotify, within 2 weeks on any of the given platforms. That could be out there. People could be playing it. The whole process can be done. It realistically, like it doesn't happen very often, but realistically within about 2-3 days, it can come out of the studio mastered up onto a platform. Boom, people are playing it. It's a big hit. Back in the day, mate, I remember going and getting the first record cut that we ever cut. It was late 1999. Like, and we went to the mastering
background.
What's that?
I just like AC's background. You got the weight bench, the TV.
What's wrong with that?
It's just that the juxtaposition of those two things, man. Yeah, carry on.
Oh, what, weight bench and the TV?
I like the fact that you're obviously watching VHSs while you're pumping iron.
Yeah, like the old
you're watching
shit.
Above the Limit.
What the fuck is that? What's that above the limit?
Stallone, like Above the Limits. What's the Sylvester?
Take it to the limit.
That's the Tony. What's that? Tony Montana, isn't it? Ain't that Tony Montana?
To the limits.
Bruv, that's what you're doing, isn't it?
No. Ain't that Tony Montana?
Yeah.
I'm doing coke.
Do some coke, do some weights, bro.
Bro, I've never done cocaine in my life, bro. Fuck all that, man. I'm never doing that.
So yeah, I've got you mixed up with Terry.
Yeah. Fucking hell, you lot are baiting me up so hard.
Hey, I didn't say shit.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything that hasn't been said in this podcast.
Yeah, true, yeah.
But yeah, before you bore me to death with fucking drum and bass talk, drum and bass, I guess the reason why the dubs are still important in drum and bass is because drum and bass has kind of kept its roots with how it started. Whereas hip hop and all the rest is super clinical. It's industry. It's been taken over by the corporates, isn't it? The main guys in hip hop have nothing to do with the culture, really. If you think about it, like. But
that's a plus and a minus.
Yeah,
really. There's nothing. There's pluses and minuses to it. There's also pluses and minuses to drum and bass still being heavily connected to its roots.
Yeah.
Because the guys who run it from the beginning, for
Still
better or worse, still fucking run it now.
Yeah, but see, I don't really mind that, you know, because I feel like it's their thing, innit? So it's like it's what it is. Whereas our shit is run by people who not even from the fucking culture. So yeah, some weird shit. Speaking of people not from the culture, like, I don't know if we want to talk about this on here actually.
Go on.
But so Nines is back in jail, yeah.
Oh.
Along with Scraps, and what kind of pisses me off is when you're outside, yeah. So when you're these artists and you're making music, you're the industry darling. They love you because you're dangerous. They see you as dangerous. They want to be around you. They want to take your shine and your clout. But then when it all goes on top, then you get left. You know what I mean? No one gives a fuck anymore. And it's like, we see this shit all the fucking time, man. And again, having people who aren't part of the industry, who aren't part of the culture, have so much power in the industry, that stuff's bound to happen. It's always going to happen. And it's just sad to see, man. Well, a bit of a downer, but
yeah, it's like you say, like, it's the whole industry is removed somewhat from the culture a little bit. And I'm not saying that going to prison is part of the culture or whatever. Like, that's ridiculous. But I think that there is definitely like a dynamic switch in the management of I'm not sure what I mean by the management, but the management of artists, and their careers aren't being handled properly.
Do you know what it is? All right, so this is it. Prison not being part of the culture, that's 100% correct, yeah?
Yeah.
This is the thing is, these guys, yeah, the reason they get courted by the industry is because of their image and who they are.
Exactly.
So, like, it's no fucking secret that Nines, Scraps, Fredo, C-Biz, fucking, who else can we mention? Like the guys that are fucking really out on road, yeah, really out on road. Not like just in the music. If you're from these areas, you know what these people are about, yeah. So if we all know what these people are about, the industry people know what these people are about as well. That's why they choose them. That's why they gravitate towards them. Yo, you're the flavor of the month. We want to be around you. We want to take pictures with you. We want you to be part of our label, our management company, or whatever, because we know if we're next to you, yeah, we look fucking amazing. It ups our stock. It ups our clout. If we're next to fucking Nines, if we're next to fucking Fredo, we're next to fucking C-Biz, we're next to fucking Dutchavelli, all these guys, we look like we're the fucking, our credibility is up there. And on that side of things, we're getting all the glory. What we're gonna do, we're gonna legitimize you, give you a couple of $100,000 or whatever. So, you know what I mean, just to kind of help you out.
But
bearing in mind,
are they properly legitimizing though? That's the point I was trying to make.
They like I've heard some of those guys talk about it's cool to make it feels good making legal money,
yeah.
Even though that money is not as much money as they were making before, but it puts them in a position where they can actually have money in their bank accounts. Before they couldn't do that, right? So on that side of things, it's cool. But even with that, it's kind of like it's really hard for these guys to make that transition to be legit long term, because the fact of the matter is, what keeps happening is people keep running into the fact that music doesn't really make money. Like the music industry, the music game doesn't really make money like that. It makes money if you're broke here. If you're just a broke guy from the street, $100,000, $200,000 is wicked. That's what? All right, cool. That's why these guys are signing deals for $50,000, whatever, because it's cool. They never had no money. But these guys, yeah, who are already $250,000 up, some of them, they're in the street $250,000 up. Yeah, like got real money, real cars, jewels. Like these jewels are expensive, man. I went to try to get my little chain. I was like, yo, I want a little chain, boom. Man was like, yeah, cool, 5 bags. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, so what the fuck is what my man's got? He's like, yeah, that's like 80. I'm like, Jesus Christ, let me chill. Like, what the fuck? So these guys got real money. It's mad for you to then think here that they're gonna come from what they have to get into the music game. And they think, a lot of them think, oh, that I'm gonna be making money like Drake, so I'm gonna be caking it, I'm gonna be good. Then they get to the music industry and they're like, oh shit, the money ain't even that great. Then they go back to the road,
they get caught,
and then what happens? The labels just go, I allow you, man. Like, oh, you're a liability.
But having said that, there's a lot of like artists. Like I saw, is it Little Sims?
Yeah.
Video, new video, or
Little Sims wicked.
But there's a lot of artists who are on that kind of different flex, and they're getting a lot of these opportunities as well. So do you know what I mean? Like I'm just
that's
looking
cool.
That's what I'm saying. That's like the thing where I'm looking at. I'm like, this generation is so flipping lucky, man.
Yeah, kind of.
Imagine if we had that in our generation. Fuck.
That's
man,
us though. But I'm talking about guys who already. If you give fucking, oh no, any of these guys Little Sims money, and bearing in mind Little Sims one of the biggest artists in the UK, they're gonna be like, yeah, you know what I mean? It's a bit slow, to be fair. Like,
yeah. I mean? But I'm saying like artists like her, like there's people who are doing like that kind of vibe, them kind of tunes there and everything, and they're getting that budget. They're getting, if you see her video, man,
it's crazy.
The amount of people she's got listed in the cast, the crew, the production team, this, that. I'm like, what the fuck? My God,
it looks good. It looks amazing.
What was going on when we were young? It was fucked. I think I was born in the wrong year. Yeah, basically.
I'm kind of more interested in, is that your bedroom or is that your front room, Mason?
My front room, man.
Is it your front room?
Innit? Yeah, my front room. Where would I have the bed? There's no room for the bed.
No, I don't know. Where's the sofa?
I ain't got a sofa.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a fucking microwave in there.
No, I ain't got a sofa, man. I ain't got a sofa. Maybe one day, innit? I'm thinking about getting a sofa still.
If you said that's my kitchen, I would have gone, yeah, right then. I just can't work out what room in the house that was.
I used to have a bed in there. Yeah.
It's got a computer. It's got a like a weights bench. It's got TV from the late 80s. Got flyers everywhere. Yeah, I just couldn't work it out.
Yeah.
My dad just texted me.
Yeah.
He's like, hi Nat, what's on your birthday gift list this year? Can't think of what to get you a 40-year-old.
Just say you want money, innit?
I don't want no money for my dad, man.
When everyone asks me what do I want, I'd say, here's my bank deets. Send me some money, innit? Yeah.
Cool. I'll tell
you. That's the best thing. Vouchers.
Boy, I'll take them, yeah. But the best thing is just money. That's the best thing for me. Just put it in my account. I'll spend it on something.
The problem is
the gas bill. It will go on the gas bill or the fucking phone bill or whatever.
Yeah.
The problem is this, like the last 2 years, they've been so like pretty much dead. All people have been doing is sitting at home and buying shit they don't need. So there's nothing that I actually want that I haven't already bought. I want to go on
get
holiday.
a Nike voucher. Get your dad to give you like a, because I got my sister that like Carhartt don't do vouchers.
You might as well just have money then.
No, vouchers better because
why?
Because I can use it on that thing, so it's like
exactly. Yeah, so
it's funny.
You're targeted.
Yeah, and we had this conversation last week.
Fuck that! I want the money because I might change my mind. I can't change my mind if I get a voucher. I can't say, no, you know what? I got to pay the mortgage. Fuck this shit. Let's go to the mortgage.
Go down nationwide with a Nike voucher.
Yeah, or the 50 council tax, isn't it? Like, you know, them kind of things. That's what I need off people, man. Bill money.
Fair enough.
Bill money, man. So,
how much is your council tax?
I can't remember now.
You're single occupancy, ain't you?
Yeah, now, yeah. So I get a little discount in it. I think it's still over $1 a month.
Yeah. Mine's like 98 or something like that.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this podcast?
It was like 150. It was 150 a month or some shit. And now, what is it? Yeah, 117.
Yeah, I think yours is obviously a little bit more expensive than mine because I live in a shithole.
See.
Well, no, my flat's nice, but I live in a shithole. Do you know what? I went over to like I don't fucking walk around Luton at all, really. Like just because I've got no need to.
Yeah.
I went over to this little place called the Green Gaze Tree Cafe. Definitely, if you're in Luton, definitely check it out. Right, it's a fucking banging place, all vegan, and it's over on Park Street. Jen, do you know Park Street?
I do know Park Street. Yeah, I can't. I can't picture it in my mind, but I do know Park Street.
I discovered that day that I live on the good-looking side of Luton, and if you've ever seen where I live.
You do, but you live in town, so that is the good part. Like, I guess the parts I don't like of Luton are like, Runfold, Lucy Farm. I wouldn't want to live in Hot Crow Ring. I probably wouldn't want to live in Marsh Farm, to be fair, either. But as long as you're in the centre,
I'm right in the middle of it, really.
Yeah,
like,
Leagrave's all right. South Luton is all right, I guess.
Leagrave's mental. Like, I looked at a house over in Leagrave. You can get a real nice house for not that much over in Leagrave, you know. Like I was looking at a 2-bedroom house over in Leagrave for basically what I spent here. Small house though. But Leagrave is like Carpenter's Park. I don't think I could ever live in a Carpenter's Park again.
I actually saw the house. The house I grew up in Luton, was for sale, or on the house next door, and I was like, I'd love to fucking buy that.
Yeah.
Where's the place where Chicken George's is?
That's just down the road from me.
Is that in Leagrave?
No.
It's on the way to Stopsley. So it's like
my mate lives around the corner from that, and that Chicken George,
it's just up from here. Like it's Hitchin Road, same road as I'm on.
Is that named after the guy from Roots?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I doubt it.
Is it not? I always thought that's where they got it from.
I seriously doubt it.
Maybe.
I doubt that anybody that works in there has ever watched Roots.
Oh. Okay.
Speaking of Luton, so today, scrolling through Instagram and I see a post from Life, and like Life don't really post a lot of stuff.
The rapper Life, yeah.
Yeah. The Luton legend Life, and he posted this video today, and like I don't know Life, like I know of Life, and obviously we've done songs together and stuff, and I'm a fan first and foremost. I know bits and pieces about him, but.
When we performed the Eating, innit? He was there, innit?
Yeah.
That was wicked that time, yeah.
Yeah. Like we done some legendary things together, done some legendary shows together, been in some legendary countries together. But I don't know him as a man, innit? And he started telling this story. He was like, "Yo, I'm just gonna start telling stories about my life, man." and he started telling his story about getting custody of his kids and him dealing with social services, man. This shit is the most fucking heartbreaking shit ever. I was fucking sitting in my car, like fucking crying, driving, because I put it on like, I saw it up and I was like, oh, I'll check it later. Then when I was on the way home, I was looking for a podcast and I literally ran out of podcasts to listen to Joe Biden, listen to Rory and Moore, Need to Know, Auntie Donna podcast. And I was like, oh, let me just play the video like as a podcast. It's like 35 minutes long. And I listened to that on the way home, man. But it was just fucking nuts, man. The shit like he went through. And this is just like one. He said, I'm going to be telling bare different stories and stuff about talking about my life and my health and all this kind of stuff. And I know he's been going through health issues, but again, because it's never really been my business to be like, yo, what's the deal? Just kind of haven't really never been sure what's been going on. But he's going to come out and talk about it. But I was just like, it's mad what people go through that you don't know about. Like, it's absolutely nuts, man.
Yeah.
And then you kind of like, you think back to the times that you've seen him and being like, I mean, like one of my memories is him on Lee Grave High Street or whatever, coming out his car and like screaming at somebody or something. Okay, like, I don't know what's happening, but it's like, then you kind of think, raw, like man was really going through shit. Like he's really you know what I mean? It's fucking nuts. Like crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. But yeah, if you're a fan of Feel Life Cypher, Life in general, the rapper Life, that is not Life as in life, go check it out, man. I'm
a fan of both Life and
and also Terry. No one has ever seen Terry and Napper in the same room together.
Fuck off. Yeah, for real. And you live in Luton. Come on, man.
Yeah.
What is this? You always lived in Luton, didn't you? You didn't live anywhere. You just lied, bro. You are Napper, man.
Yeah. I think if we ever did end up in the same room together, reality might crumble.
Yeah. Do you know what's nuts as well?
Ripping the space-time continuum.
Yeah. You two having a hip-hop conversation would be crazy. It'd be just like fucking just twins going back,
Have they made up with Cy Philly yet then or what?
Yeah, they've been cool for a while, man. I think
they're cool now. Oh, wicked.
I think they're supposed to have
I'd love to hear a new I'd absolutely love to hear a new Feel Life Cypher album.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that'd be super nuts.
I was listening to what was I listening to the other day? Jigga Yo Philly, here to bring trouble to life.
Shit.
Here to bring trouble to the phony MCs. I'll be the internet. No, I can't rap like either of them. But like, I was listening to their likes because I was having a conversation about UK hip hop with someone on Facebook, and I was using Feel Life Cypher as like my examples of you know when Fingerprints of the Gods came out and everybody was like, who the fuck are those two?
Yeah.
Where the fuck did they come from? What the fuck is happening? Like I'll be the bingy man come back from Zion with a bag of sensimilla and like it's fucking ridiculous.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Growing up with them in the shadow of them. Crazy.
Yeah. Because you just don't get that as like I haven't had that like kind of I don't know. I think it still exists, but I haven't had that about a rapper in ages where I've heard them and gone, who the fuck is that? And I need to hear so much more of their stuff.
Yeah.
That happened with. I tell you what, that happened with.
Is it because
Wildflower?
Wildflower. Oh yeah.
Wildflower. Yeah, that was
Wildflower on Roots Maneuver's first album.
I've been trying to find Wildflower for years, man.
Yeah.
And I've had.
Do you think that's though because you like as you get older? You lose, so you just lose enthusiasm for everything.
100%. Yeah. 100%.
So do you ever like when you wake up in the morning? Yeah. Do you feel like you feel rested? You feel refreshed?
Nah, not at all. I haven't felt like that for years.
Do you feel like you're ready to go?
Nah, not
enthusiastic for life.
I've never felt like that in my entire life, though. Really.
This is what I was having a conversation with somebody the other day. I was like, I don't remember the last time I was excited about anything.
No, I mean, I get excited about things, but not not even close to being the same way as I used to. It's hard. It's fucking hard to get excited about things, man.
At what age do you think you changed? Though,
Jen's out of this conversation.
Yeah, I'm out of this conversation.
Yeah. He gets excited about something different every week.
Because Jen gets excited about rappers like bars and stuff, and I hear them, and they just don't excite. I'm just thinking, what's
but he
wrong
gets
with
excited
me?
about like cryptocurrency and skating and fucking Hello Kitty,
Yeah.
I like
Pokemons
new
and stuff
shit,
like that.
man. I like because okay, this is goes into this fucking conversation I've been having with myself and people on live about the reason why we're here on life, innit? The reason why we're here, yeah.
What the reason why we're alive?
Yeah, the reason.
Okay.
Because we're just like we're conscious organisms, right? We're sentient organisms. So when we're no more than like the fucking ants or the germs or whatever, yeah. We just exist on this realm, right? So if you look at like the lower life forms, oh no, like fucking dolphins, yeah, super intelligent, conscious. They play games with each other. You
They
look
just
at
ain't got opposable thumbs, innit? Otherwise, they could write.
yeah, maybe. But if they wanted to write, but like it's just like the stuff we do, yeah, the stuff that they do is for fun, right? It's just stuff they do for fun. We're the same, yeah. So we do stuff for fun. And that's when you look at like how kids just be doing some random shit, right? And then when you get to the adolescent mind, it gets even more dangerous because you're trying to push boundaries, right? So you're trying to do like it could be fucking anything from drinking, drugs, sex, violence, all that shit. Because then you're like, what the fuck? Like, I know this stuff exists. I can participate. I wanna get involved in this shit, right? As we get older, we fall into just we've kind of created our own prison for ourselves. So the what I'm trying to say is the reason we're here, yeah, is to have fun, to express ourselves creatively, express ourselves in whatever way we want, yeah, which just gives us fun. We create our own games, which is cool. Like the career path is really a game. What we've done though, we've added bits to it that shouldn't be there. So we add like the judgment, the fucking the hatred, the jealousy, the greed, all that shit. We've kind of that a lot of times ain't even really us. We're just affected by the world, innit? The world says we have to have these things or we have to act this way, so we do this shit, and it fucks it up. It fucks it up. But if you kind of go back to how you're supposed to be, and just start looking for new ways to find fun, new ways to express yourself creatively, that's when you get all that shit back. Because then you're not bogged down in like, I'm supposed to be this, I'm supposed to be that. People deal with like insecurity. Like insecurity is really just you thinking, you looking at yourself through other people's eyes, but you're imagining what they see. Oh, I'm not this, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not whatever enough. Blah, blah, blah. My thing to that, yeah, again, everyone's different. My thing is always like, so what? If I'm ugly, yeah, so what? If I'm fat, so what? If I'm too short, so what? I've done all this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, who gives a fuck? I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. None of that shit is important. And it's like, that stuff will hold you down. And it's weird, yeah, because whenever I think of new things, yeah, so whenever I do new things, that it always you come up against the same things. So one like this skating thing, for example, bare people hit me up like, yo, man, I want to skate, man, but yeah, man, I'm too old, or like I ain't done it for, you know what I mean? I don't think I look like an idiot, or you know what I mean? Or I'm gonna fall down and bust my shit. And it's like, yes, to all those, you're gonna fall down, bust your shit. You're too old. You're gonna fucking look like an idiot. So the fuck what? Like, what's the part that you care about? Like, what's the part you care about? And I think like the more you can kind of just get into that and just like, I don't know, man, finding the joy in those things, that's when the shit.
But that's like, you know when people used to go to us, you still rapping, you still doing that? Yeah, I quit that, I'm too old and all that. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like all these big rappers, they're about 60 now. They're still going in it. Like, why have you stopped? Like, you can just still have fun with it, still do it. And there's audience who want to hear what older people are saying rather than listen.
But they don't
some
stop because they
kid.
they never stopped here because they fucking was like, oh, I don't love it anymore. They stopped because they weren't making money. But money's not the fucking thing. Like, or
exactly.
say it wasn't even the money. Say fuck the money. Say like you're making money, yeah, but you're not getting the recognition, or no one's seeing you this way, or people are looking at you in a certain way. It's like, why the fuck does someone else's opinion of you matter more than your opinion of yourself?
But that's very true. And what those people don't understand as well, you're never gonna get you're hardly ever going to get any recognition from bigger artists. They want big recognition of bigger artists. The bigger artists all sucking up to artists who are bigger than them, so they ain't
I
going to
don't
look
think
at
it's
you.
even that.
Now, some of them are like that though. Some of them are like that. They want that recognition of these bigger artists. They're always begging it from the bigger artists. I'm like, they ain't gonna give you nothing because they're trying to suck other artists' dick. Yeah. So they're not looking at you. The dick they're looking at is above them, innit? Yeah. They're not looking down. So I'm saying. So
Like,
that's the other thing you got to take into account.
One thing
just do your own thing, innit?
Yeah, exactly. One thing I get a lot of is, and again, this is very recent as well, because I never made any money from music up until like a couple of years ago. So one thing I get is people, and I would fucking hate it as well. They'd always be like, "Oh, you still doing the music thing, whatever," and that used to fucking piss me off. Like, yeah, I'm still doing the music, but now it's changed because it's like, "Are you still doing the music thing?" And I can say, "Yeah, I'm still doing music." Like, turning your fucking TV. I did that shit. But I shouldn't even have to even fucking say that. Like, you shouldn't. I shouldn't have to do that for you to respect what I do. Like, if no one's fucking.
I just don't think there's not enough like kind of truth involved. I don't think people can be like really truthful with other people. Like when you get people that say, I don't know, like, are you still DJing? You still rapping? You still doing whatever? And they're like, no, I grew out of it a little bit, and blah blah blah, and all that kind of stuff. And it's not. Yeah, that might be the truth that they had to grow up and get a proper job and stuff like that. But say that. Like, so don't like kind of say, oh yeah, I grew up or I've grown out of it or it's not for people of my age and blah blah blah. Anything's for anybody. Anybody can do anything at any point. Like it really, really doesn't matter. But people don't want to be honest about it because they want to justify their decisions. Of saying like, oh, I had to go and get a proper job because I had a kid and stuff like that. It's like
because one geezer for real. One geezer was like, yeah, I grew out of that, and I was like, you mean you gave up?
Yeah,
you didn't grow out of it. You gave up.
He's an MC, yeah. So one of my favorite years of making music was about 2010, 2011. I don't know why. It was just a really good year for me as far as it was like, so we're talking 10 years ago where I still felt like I was in that age group of like, I can still make it. Right. So I had like my levels of hope were super high then. So yeah, like 2009, like the Twitter age, when I got on Twitter, and that's when like little things would happen and it would be massive. Ice-T would give me a retweet and it'd be like, oh shit, fucking 2,000 people just saw my shit. Like, so there was a lot of guys around that time who were like coming up in the game. And one of the guys, I'm not going to mention his name, but he quit maybe 5 years after that. And ever since then, he's always kind of been like popping up and just, oh, you still doing the music thing? Yeah, I'm doing this now. And like, kind of just that kind of looking down on what we do. And then obviously recently he messaged me and he was like, oh shit, man, this was a little while ago. He's like, I think I did a Magnus advert. I saw your Magnus advert, blah, blah, blah. And then he's been seeing my other stuff. And now it's got to a point where it's like, he's coming back and asking me for advice about, you know what I mean, how to get back in the game and stuff like that. And it's just like, bro, if you just were just humble in the first place, I'd have been cool with you, innit?
Yeah.
But we had years of you kind of turning your nose up at what I do, acting like, because I think he became I don't know what he became, because just in case, but he was working in the city or working in Central, and kind of looking down at what I was doing. And there's a lot of people that kind of that do that.
They need to justify.
But that's like when they used to. That's like when they used to look down on us selling CDs on the street. Yeah. Do you remember? And they were like, boy, we're making way more money than you. So who gives a fuck what you think?
I got looked down on by a drug dealer one time outside Chocodero.
Yeah. Do
you remember the guys who used to sell weed?
Okay. Yeah.
What are they, Filipino guys?
I don't know. I can't remember.
They used to sell, and I remember him coming up to me and he goes, what are you doing? Like, why are you selling CDs? You need to come work for me, man, make some real money.
Yeah.
And then he took out his money, I took out my money. And I was like, bro, come on. Like,
come sell CDs for me.
Yeah, come sell CDs for me, innit? But it was just the whole thing, man. And I had that from rappers even then. I remember being outside in a member of, I think he was a member of PDC at the time. And I remember him coming up to me and he's like, oh, what are you doing this for, man? And I was just like, I'm just selling my CDs. And then he started showing me his chain. And he was just like, yeah, man, just got this new chain. And I was just like, all right, it's cool. About the time, it didn't. At the time, obviously, I was enjoying what I was doing, but I was still in my mind like, man, I wish I had money like that. Like, I wish I could do those kind of things. And even and I'm not saying that you shouldn't want more. You like, it's up to you, but it has to be for you though. Like, it can't be, you can't want it for anybody else, or you can't want to have, whether it be money or cars or houses or all this material shit. Yeah, if you want it for yourself, that's cool, but don't go to get it because someone else thinks that you need to have it. Like, because it don't mean it, at the end of the day, man, it doesn't mean shit. And one thing I'm grateful for is all the time I've been doing music here, and all the time I was broke, Corinne has never been like, yeah, you should like quit and get a real job. She's always been like, listen, get your fucking money. And
is she in the room?
Nah, she's not. She's always been like, get your fucking money. Like, just make sure the bills are paid. I said it on the track. As long as the bills are paid, do what the fuck you want. I don't give a fuck. Like, she's never been like, oh, you should get a real job, or you should be doing that, or feeling like, oh, I'm embarrassed that my fucking husband's a rapper. Because you know what I mean? And I think you need that shit as well.
She's a good person. That's why. Like, she's a genuinely good person. Like,
because I had girls telling me, "Oh, just quit this. You haven't blown up yet. Oh, you fucking threw in your deal. Now what? You're independent. Just quit. And then like,
and that was fucking 15 years ago. I
remember Arts Corinne. I was like, how come you're not like that? She goes, why would I be? Like, that's what he likes doing. I'm not gonna fucking stop him. I was like, wow, there's people who think like that. Jeez.
But bare people have said that. Like, bare other rappers have said to me, like, their partners aren't supportive of what they do.
No.
I think that's one things I love about Parky. Like, Parky and his missus, like, they're in this shit together, innit? Like,
okay, yeah.
That's what you do. And it's funny as well, because like, you're to make money from music it's not that hard. Like, enough money to live, like a basic living of, like, you know what I mean, just to survive. It's not hard, and if you have somebody else just helping you a little bit, it makes it so much easier. And there's so many people that if they were just cool with their partner and just said, yo, do you know what do you need me to do? Like, should I look after your social media? Like, do you want me to answer emails? Do you want me to, like, just kind of learn just a little tiny bit of the business? Like, what do I need to do? Do I need to holler at promoters? It would make such a massive difference, rather than kind of having the attitude. I remember there was another rapper who used to live around here, doesn't live anymore. He was telling me like his missus didn't want him to go to shows, man. And he was part of like a big rap group. Like, they were doing big shows, and the members of them now are big in the game. And it's just like, you've kind of missed out on that because the person who you were with at the time didn't think it was good enough. And it's just like, nah, man, chill. Let me do me, man. Because if you take away, like, this for me, I've done music forever. Like, this is what I've done forever. It's probably what I'll do forever in some capacity. But you take this shit away from me, the creative side, regardless of what it is, maybe it won't be music forever, but if you take away someone's creative side, you're killing that person, man, because your creative outlet 100%. Is so important.
I talk to loads and loads of DJs, right? Like, especially of my age group and higher now. And more often than not, their partners are really, like, absolutely cool with it, because more often than not, it's their hobby. And they get a little bit of shine off of it. They play a few gigs or whatever. They make a little bit of money off of it, but it's not taking up any time away from their kids, away from like their job, whatever. But I talk to some people, and it's a real, like, kind of pressure point in their relationships. And it's like, what would you rather your husband / boyfriend do? Would you rather him be down the pub or down fucking down the bookies or something like that, or whatever, doing whatever, doing like at the fucking go to the strippers or something? Like,
well, the partner, whether it be male or female, who's stopping their DJ or MC or singer partner from doing their thing or whatever, they want them to be with them, innit? They want to monopolize their time.
That's the mad thing. Like, everybody's got to have outside interests away from the relationship, away from work, away from whatever. They need to have a time and have an output, like, and especially if you're a creative person, you have to have a creative output.
For real.
And these guys buying equipment or buying whatever, they could be spending it. They could be chucking that money down the bookies. Like, you walk.
But a lot of people they overstep. A lot of people overstep the mark, innit? Like I had one girl say to me, "Yeah, I'll be your girl, but you got to get rid of your cat." And I was like, "Are you fucking
Talking
insane?"
about.
I was like, "You in that what?" She's like, "Yeah, you don't need to stroke the cat. You can stroke me." And da da da. I was like, "Nah, man. That's it.
Are
Done.
you
Finished."
mad?
I see.
Yeah, no.
Like,
We're going off
see,
on another
my cat.
subject.
He was like my son, innit? He was like my son, man.
If
I
someone
was like,
said
how the
that to
fuck
me
are you gonna
about
do that?
Harvey, I wouldn't even just laugh it. I'd literally spit in their face.
What?
Like, what are you talking about? Like, I've never spat on anybody in my entire life. But if someone said to me, "You can be with me if you got rid of Harvey," I'd literally go like that.
Me and Terry spat on a guy in
Oh
Baker
God!
Street.
Oh, here we go. I knew that.
Are
And you know what? As soon as I said that, I knew.
Should you tell the story? AC, think before you start speaking. Should you tell the story?
Yeah, he was a racist, so fuck him, innit? But anyway,
okay.
yeah, we threw 2 peas out on him, spat, and then threw a bottle of milk over him as well. And yeah, then we made a run for it before the.
I'm sure you told that on.
But this was
this was on a train, wasn't it? Like you told
yeah,
this before. Yeah,
I told him before. But
not on the podcast though. But this was a long time ago. This is the statute of limitations of gone.
Oh,
so,
see.
Yeah, it was.
Probably,
it was years ago.
But,
Years ago.
What was the other thing? Yeah,
now, let me say.
How do you get your enthusiasm back though?
I just think it's finding new things, man. I just think you got to
finding new stuff. Yeah,
it's like you got to be bad at some shit and then get good at some shit.
But the thing is, as you get older, it's harder to get excited about stuff because you've done everything. Like
that's true.
You think you've done everything,
but that's the point. It gets harder to find stuff that you're really interested in. You're making connections in your head between stuff that you've done all the time. I mean, more often than not now, the stuff that I get really excited about is stuff that I used to do like years ago, and I'm re-finding it and falling in love with it again. Like that's one of the big things for me is like vinyl collecting or whatever. Like Carhartt was the big one for me because I used to be fucking obsessed with Carhartt. And people may say, yeah, but it's just t-shirts and whatever. There's an entire culture that goes around it, which I absolutely love, and I love like kind of. I've always been someone that loves doing research into things. If I find something that I love, I just want to be like, I want to be involved with it all the time and find out everything about it and read all the books and listen to all the podcasts and buy all the shit and blah, 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 blah. And for me, Carhartt has done that for me again over the last like kind of probably 5 to 6 years. But yeah, just more often than not, it's just having to like, it's searching harder to find stuff to be interested in.
I think as well, going back to like what Terry said about the stuff that you enjoyed when you were young as well, like watching like old films, especially or a lot of stuff that I didn't get to do when I was young. A lot of stuff I wanted to do when I was young that didn't get to do. Roller skating was one of them things. Kind of wanted to do it, never really got around to it. Wanted to skateboard as well. Never. I bought a skateboard. It got stolen the day after. That's what you get for living in Brixton. Like, Ghostbuster skateboard, man. They took that shit. It's my birthday present as well, man.
Gutted.
Yeah, but like, yeah, I just think it's a case of just like having new shit to do, and there is loads of stuff. I think part of the problem. I was talking to my dad the other day about. A lot of us don't even know what we're good at or what we really love because we were only exposed to what we were exposed to. I might have been a fucking amazing ballet dancer, but I never got a fucking chance. Like it just wasn't there. I might be amazing at fucking horse riding. Never got a fucking chance. There's so much shit. And I think as you get older, when you get in positions that you can actually do these things, it's about just trying new stuff and getting away from like, I'm a person, I have to be free to just try my shit out. Like I need to be free to try things out and just to, you know what I mean? You don't want to be around people that are just like, why are you doing that for?
No, exactly.
Just fucking sit here and watch the same fucking TV show you're watching over and over again.
100%.
I'm like, nah, fuck that. Like I need like new fucking stimulus. I need to meet new people.
Me personally, I need to just like, I need to do exactly what I want to do. Like otherwise, like nothing really works for me. Like I can't. Like I was having a conversation with my sister the other day, and she was like, "Sometimes it's annoying, but I've always respected you because you just do exactly what you want to do. Whether that makes you money, whether that doesn't make you money, whether it like kind of makes you sad, whether it makes you happy, whatever you do, you've always been completely your own person. You've always done exactly like to the T what you wanted to do." And I'm like, yeah, that that does definitely come with pros and cons as well.
Mm,
But like, if
I've been told
if I
that same
didn't
thing.
have, yeah, if I didn't have that, like, I would probably, I don't know what I'd be if I didn't have that. And I that's got even more solidified in me as I've got older. I think because I'm single and whatever, never been married, not had kids or whatever, like got very, very set in my way. So I think that I have to potentially, as I get older, maybe even try harder to find stuff that I'm really into because I'm very set in my ways in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I feel that as well.
Yeah.
I guess one of the things with me as I've got older is the idea of I'm never gonna do anything because someone else wants me to do it.
Nah,
like
never.
I'm literally, and I know it's fucking annoying to people in my life, but I'm only gonna do what I want to do because I just got this feeling like I feel like I got how many years of running around if I'm lucky? What, another 30 years of like being able to do what the fuck I want, like being in physical health, right? So I'm like, shit, man. One day I'm gonna look back and be like, I don't ever want to be like, oh, you know what, man, I really wanted to do that and I did this instead. And like little things piss me the fuck off, yeah. Like the other day I wanted to go to the beach, yeah, but no one wanted to go to the beach, so I was just like, all right, fuck it, we'll do it the other day. And then it's fucking raining and shit. And I'm just like, nah, fuck that. Like, if you want to do something, just fucking, you have a car. No one wants to go by your fucking self. Like, do what you want to do. Like, that's the way I'm living life from now on. Because if you sit around waiting for people, people don't want to do shit. All people want to do is fucking sit at home and do fuck all. You gotta be on your own, man.
Because we're all painting ourselves as like kind of quite selfish here.
100. I'm selfish,
though.
But
at the same time, like I think all of us can say that a lot of the time, what we want to do is actually stuff for other people and help other people as well. Like I know, probably not you, Jen, but you do.
It's like in Buddhism, yeah. I was listening to this Buddhist monk lecture the other day, yeah, and he was saying about
how long was that? 17 hours.
No, like 2 hours. 2 hours.
That's a callback.
So it's like he was basically saying like, you walk alone, innit?
Yeah.
If people don't want to do stuff, you just go like what Jen said. You just go do it. Do it by yourself. You don't need all these other.
You do walk alone. You 100% walk alone. I can't imagine being in a place in my life where I couldn't stand my own company. I fucking love my own company.
Me too.
Yeah, like I much rather be like kind of by myself more often than not than be with anybody else who's going to piss me off and I feel uncomfortable around.
It's like going to raves, isn't it?
Terry, you're talking about being by yourself.
What's that?
Half the time you message me, you talk about you're about to be by yourself.
Yeah.
It's like going to raves.
Special reasons.
It's like going to raves, yeah? It's like going to a rave. I just go by myself.
That, how long we got left on this podcast?
About 15 minutes, innit? Like, I'll go to a rave by myself.
Wrap it up.
You know what I mean? I'll go to a rave by myself, yeah? And I don't give a fuck because I just see people I know there anyway. I used to go Notting Hill Carnival by myself. I just see everyone there anyway. Innit?
Yeah.
Like, the fuck?
I ended up going Notting Hill Carnival by myself because I lost everyone.
Yeah.
I always end up at these things by my fucking self anyway. Like anytime I used to go play at Fabric, right, I'd always end up like everybody would want to go. Like even if they're paying to get in or whatever, there was always limited guest list or whatever. I'd start with a crew of about 20 people at the beginning of the night, and then it slowly get down, and then I'd actually literally make my way away from everybody and go and sit somewhere else and just enjoy the vibes by myself. But it happens at festivals, I have to have alone time. I have to I have to be away from people at certain parts or like whether it's a festival, whether it's carnival, whether it's a night out or whatever. That's why I love going to the cinema as well. I fucking love going to the cinema by myself. It's one of my favorite things to do. I fucking love it.
It's like
but no one can judge me for the fucking 18 quid's worth of fucking pick and mix that I buy.
What's that? Four sweets.
Yeah,
fucking expensive.
For real. Shit. It's like going like people are like, oh, are you excited to do this rave? Are you excited to go and do Spain or are you excited to do it? I'm like, nah. And they're like, why not? And I was like, I don't know. Like, yeah, I'll enjoy it when I'm there, but I'm not excited about it.
But I think that's a little bit to do with just
because I've done it before.
The frequency of doing it.
Yeah, routine, innit?
Yeah.
But then again, like I am enthusiastic about making cups of tea. That's one thing I'm still enthusiastic about is having.
That's
a cup
cool.
Of
then.
tea.
Like having it's the small things though. It's the small things that make things.
Yeah.
Work. I think sometimes you kind of got to get into the habit of being excited about stuff. I remember years ago, I was going out with this girl called Elena, and the day, you remember when we did the fucking, we did the
I remember her.
track with I did the track with who was it with? It was a Dominant Third track anyway, and I think it was gonna be like Jest or Skinny Man, and like all those guys were on it. And I remember getting a call, and then going, "Oh shit, I'm doing the track with so and so, blah blah." And then, but just kind of going, "Oh yeah, cool." And she was like, "What's the matter with you?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Why are you? These are people. All you do is play these people's music and talk about these people, and now you're doing a song with them, and you're not even fucking happy about it." And it was like, I was like, "Yeah," but I think I was like trying to be too cool about shit. Like, you know what I mean? Just like, yeah, you know what I mean, man. It's what it is. But like, sometimes you gotta kind of be like, nah, man, that's some cold shit. Like, and now, like, when I get to do songs with fucking Harry Shotter or Manga, like, I'm fucking gassed. Like, because I really take into account, like,
I think that's maturity as well, though. I think that's like that's like being more like kind of comfortable with your emotions about stuff like that. When maybe when you're younger, like you can fuck up certain situations when you're younger because you play it too cool, or you don't want to express, like, you don't want to show your full range of emotions for stuff. But I mean, back to what AC was saying, like, I always used to get excited about going to gigs. I fucking hated traveling, but in the end, like, after doing it for like 20 years or whatever, I like absolutely hated traveling. But like, I always got excited to be at gigs, to the point where like I almost became like quite socially awkward in certain. I'm socially awkward anyway, to be honest, but like, I get socially awkward in certain situations because I'm just so fucking excited to be there and to get up and play music for people. It's like, it's totally my fucking happy place. So like, I always got excited about that.
Like, certain tunes will get me excited if I hear it and it's like some mad tune in it or whatever, or the bass line's crazy. But yeah, apart from that, it's like everything's just on a flat thing. But it's been like that as I can remember since I was about 18. I think I don't think I've been excited.
But I remember you saying though, you going like, you should try and be on an even kill so you don't go too high or too low.
When did I say that?
I don't know. It's one car trip.
Shit. Well,
but I think
that's me then, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think like it comes, but then at the same time, it comes down to not only just you yourself, but it's what's around you as well. So like I say like this year, because like obviously the shit we've been going through off podcast, we've all been going through like some crazy fucking shit. But like, and because of that, a lot of times it kind of stops you from even going too high or getting excited, because you're like, I'm gonna be happy or excited about this thing, but I know in a couple of days' time that's gonna get fucking knocked the fuck down anyway. So what's the fucking point? And that is really hard. That's a really hard thing to kind of get over. The feeling of like,
that is really hard, like, because you've got that's a really good like kind of lesson to just enjoy each moment as it comes to you. Like, because that's the thing, like, anything could happen anytime. Like the shit with my sister, which I haven't talked about publicly at all, but like, I was on a high before all that happened, and then that happened. It's like, fuck's sake. But the when I was down there with my sister in Falmouth, I just had to try and enjoy the moments that like kind of, I was walking about on the street and then went to the beach and then took her dog for, I love her dog as well, like took her dog for a walk and stuff like that. Just knowing that whatever happens in the next 2 weeks, like she's actually like not too bad now. We've had a fairly decent diagnosis and treatment put out for it. But like, just knowing that in the next 2 weeks that and potentially anything could happen. Like, and I've been in that scenario before where like you go down, you're hopeful, and then you get the worst news in the world, and it's like, fuck. But you have to try and grab each moment for what that moment is, and like kind of encapsulate that moment, whether that's joy, whether that's whatever. Because whatever's happening around the corner, there's going to be something that comes along and just squarely kicks you between the fucking arse cheeks.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
That's part of it as well. Like in kind of like that feeling of, Raj, you know what? I'm never going to be happy again. Kind of is not. It doesn't last forever.
Nah.
Like after a while, you kind of, again, it's that phrase we keep hearing, the new normal. You get to that point of, do you know what? You catch yourself like, oh shit, I watched something that made me laugh, like I heard, like you said, AC, you hear a beat, like, oh shit, that's a good beat, or you hear a song, that's a good song, and then you kind of find your little moments of stuff that's like, oh, okay, I feel okay again, and then it's man, just kind of really appreciating those little moments, and I feel like that's why the activities. When I say about the creative outlet, in those moments, man, that's really when you're really in the moment. And again, it doesn't have to be, when I say creative outlets, sometimes it's not you're not doing something, sometimes you're just being. So like you say, you just being at a beach, and those are the places where I find my happy place, is like the edge of the world, man. Who was in Penzance? Was it me?
Yeah, we went there, didn't it?
Yeah. So like that was
a killer drive back. Fucking hell,
fucking
man.
nuts,
Jesus
man.
Christ.
It's so
But that was
far
an
away.
emotional.
That area of the world's so far away.
It's mad. But like that was one of the first times where it kind of hit me, like, because it was the end of the tour. Like we done like we put something together, and it was cool, man. Like we done a lot of work and got to the beach, got to the Penzance, and to me it was like I'm at the edge of the fucking world. But it's like you're at the beginning of possibilities. You're in a place where everything, that kind of all the weight of the world is now behind you. All you got is the sea. All you got is like forever out in front of you. And that's why the beach is always my happy place, man. Because that's the point where I could just be like, yo.
And you could do that in Penzance as well. Like it's kind of, if you've been through, like, I don't know, Birmingham and Stoke and like Wolverhampton, and then coming back to Watford and going and playing wherever, like, and even Brighton to a certain extent. But then you reach like kind of Penzance or Falmouth or somewhere down there, and it's like you're in a Disney film about pirates, and you're just standing there waiting for like a pirate ship to come in.
Penzance.
And
we went to that pirate restaurant.
Pirate restaurant, yeah, man.
It's so pirate themed down there. It's
man.
unbelievable. But like, there's palm trees there and shit like that, and you can go, okay, I can see some kind of breathing space in life.
And it's funny, actually, AC, it comes full circle, because that's where I was got my dick ripped off doing the show.
What
man.
What happened
doing the show, man? This girl was trying to grab my dick and the bouncer threw her out, man. I was like, big up, bro.
Grab on.
There was no stage. There was no stage. There was like literally, the stage was like literally like 2 foot wide. You couldn't even fucking, so the crowd were like right up on you, and so I'm in the middle of rapping, and this girl's like grabbing my jeans, innit? Like grabbing my big baggy jeans I had at the time. And the bouncer's kind of at the side, and he's kind of like looking, and then she just grabbed like at my crutch. Luckily, she missed my dick, just grabbed my jeans, and the bouncer just grabbed her and yanked her out. And then it's funny because I think it was there was another girl that was next that was like near, that must have seen and was kind of like cussing her out, innit? And I think that was Tikwa, who like buys all my stuff, like proper big supporter, So she like cussed her out and shit, like it was a mad. I think it was her. It was a mad, one of the mad nights. But if I listened to AC in the first place, I should have known, man. Because you will get your dick ripped off. And on that note, we are ending this fucking podcast. It's going to be a short one today.
We
ain't talked about this fucking program that you like.
What program?
That geezer, Loki.
The Loki. I will deal with it. We'll talk about that next week. Because to be fair, this ain't coming out until Friday anyway.
Oh, okay.
So we'll talk about the next one next week. We'll do a deep dive into.
Loki. I mean, that last one was wicked, but it was like a little bit of a placeholder for what's going to come next.
What, episode 3? You mean?
Yeah, episode 3 was wicked, but I think episode 4 is going to be the juicy one for sure.
A mazza.
But Gifted Gab died as well.
Yeah, R.I.P. Gifted Gab as well.
R.I.P. man. I literally saw that on a random one as well. I didn't see many posts about it, to be fair. I saw one post and was like, wait, what?
Yeah, my timeline was full of it for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so you're a bunch of old.
I got a bunch of old heads on mine, that's why. 100% go check out the Evidence album. 100% go check out the Peter Rosenberg album. I'm about to start a bi-weekly residency on Injection Radio as well. So starting in July, going full R&B, hip hop, and like old school R&B, like barbecue classics, hip hop. Saturday evening vibes, basically.
Is that on DAB and that, or is it digital?
It's internet and FM, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Or DAB maybe, I don't know.
Oh
yeah,
sick.
Yeah,
man.
Well, also check out the Tyler the Creator album.
Oh yeah, shit! I haven't checked it yet. Is it any good?
Fucking sick, man.
Is it? Yeah.
Fucking sick. Up there. One of the albums.
Is it a Gangster Grills album or something like that?
Yeah,
he said he wanted to do like a Gangster Grills.
Yeah,
I've not checked it at all yet.
It's cool, man.
It's drama all over it.
He's on it a fair bit. Bit. Yeah, he's on it a fair bit. Enough, but nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if we mentioned it on the podcast, but please go check out the Children of Zeus album. Balance.
Oh shit! Yeah, I haven't checked that at all yet.
Bruv, it's fucking. I've been saving it because it's one of them ones that it's to me. It's like fucking caviar when they do their shit. Like, it ain't something you just listen to in the.
Mate, I never listen to Children of Zeus digital. I always just buy the vinyl.
Yeah, you got to sit down,
single time buy the vinyl.
You need a vinyl. You got to get the. You got to be barefoot with some candles. Like, that shit is fucking cold.
Yeah.
But so check
like
that out.
Fear of a Flat Planet is possibly still one of my biggest jams of the last decade.
Yeah.
Crown, just that their first, even though they don't call it an album, their first album is fucking amazing, and Travel Light is fucking amazing.
Next level, man. They're just doing something different.
Do they believe in flat Earth then?
No, Fear of a Flat Planet. So I think it was just like a trolley taking a piss name. But who's the female rapper on that? I can't remember. But yeah, it's fucking such a good tune, man. And
also check out my album, because my album should be out by the time you hear this. So
there you go.
A Prophet in his hometown should be out. I need to get the artwork finished. I need to finish some of the songs actually. I got one day to finish all the songs. Hopefully when I come off this podcast, I've got a message from Tebe from Raksu telling me, yeah, here's your hook. Because
you're working a full 12-hour day tomorrow. You're gonna get it done though.
Fucking hell. But yo, guys, peace and love, stay blessed, and we will catch you next week, next time. Whenever AC and Terry can make time.
And Terry. I put like an entirely new regiment in there for us to get it right. And AC
That's true, 100%. 100%. Terry was like, nah, listen, we got to switch it up. And I was like, all right, cool, bet. And then AC came in and was like, nah, fuck that shit. I want to eat hobnobs on a fucking Monday. Fucking hell, man. But now it's exactly 10 o'clock on a Monday night. We're here fucking working. Fuck this shit. I'm gone, man.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace in the middle.